Welcome along all you cartoonists out there. Welcome to another workshop. Today we're going to have a little go at a road trip. A motorcyclist. A crazy looking motorcyclist. So just follow me on this. We'll work our way down this cartoon and you'll get some really good results from this. We're going to start off with an N shape at the top of your page. Leave plenty of room to work down that page for this bike. Once you've done that N shape, we're going to finish it off with a line underneath. We're just going to close that off underneath. Now this motorcyclist could be boy or girl, it's up to you. So we're going to put a pair of sunglasses on there. That's just a W on the bottom of that line. That's all it is, a W shape. The middle of that W in the middle of that helmet. That's the helmet on the top. And I shade those in, leaving a bit of white showing through for the shine on the sunglasses, and that's a stripe on the middle of the helmet. Now a real simple nose, we're just doing a line, that is it. That's all we're doing for the nose, because the main focus is going to be on the bike. You can put a smiley face, miserable face, angry face, whichever you want, and any face shape at all. I'm just going to do a small mouth on there. Real simple face. And a little line underneath for the lip. Can't resist doing that. Just makes it look a little bit better. For the hair, if you want long hair, you can put just wiggly lines coming out. You can have no hair if you like, just leave it without those lines. Because this kind of might be a picture of yourself on a motorcycle. So there is the headlamp, and it's a big circle under the chin. Great big circle under the chin, and if you can follow that line around, that is like the rim or the metal part of that headlamp. That's a big circle on the bottom of your chin if you're drawing yourself. These are the handlebars coming off the sides, around about that long. Okay, a bit wider than the head. Then another line running alongside it, that's the thickness of the handlebars. So for the handles on this bike, little oval shape on there and there. You can colour this in at the end or shade it, whichever you like, so you can have fun with that. You're creating your own colouring book. So now we've got those handlebars. We don't see much of the handlebars because we're doing fingers like little sausages there, all lined up, holding onto that handlebar. Now go big, don't go small, be confident with it, because the hands are further forward than the face, so they're going to seem bigger. That's the end of the handlebar. So rather than go small, be big and bold with it. And anything in the foreground is going to be bigger. That's why the headlamp's bigger than the head of the character. Okay, these are bars coming down, like the forks I think they're called. These are coming down. Again, lines running along each other. Just keep it all in perspective, take your time. And this is the mudguard. Mine's a bit of a wonky shape. I think yours will be better than that. So a nice arc. And just extending lines as you go along. There's a bit of a support between the two forks just to hold them in place. And we're building up what looks like a lot of detail. But if we do it step by step, it's achievable. You can do this. So there's two lines coming down. They're slightly on a slant coming outwards from the top. So they're a bit narrower at the top by that mudguard. wheels look pretty straight when you look head on, and just a curve at the top and a curve at the bottom. Here's some tread on the tyres. That's another line gone wonky there, but try and keep yours straighter than mine. You won't notice so much because I'm going to colour it in or shade it in a minute. Now those forks carry on down to around about the middle of that wheel, and just put a block on the end to show it's something that's attaching those forks to that wheel. Now this is the tank. That is the tank. A nice great big tank to hold plenty of fuel, so you can go a long way on this road trip. And these are the shoulders and arms, just a straight line coming down from the head to the hands. And hopefully you're starting to get a bit of a feel of a biker coming straight at you. Now these are all we see of the legs. That's like the knee bent there. There's those little U shapes there, and then you'll see the foot, which is another U shape. Now they'll be on the pedals or clutch or whatever it is of the bike, but you can't see anything like that because just the feet are in the way. Now if you want your biker to be doing a wheelie, just do another U shape under there which you can colour in, and that's the back wheel. That's all you see of the back wheel. So yeah, we've got a biker coming straight at you doing a wheelie. At this stage I'm going to just colour it in just to break things up a little bit. You can do this right at the end if you like. So I'm just shading it all in. You can do this any colour you like. Red, blue, yellow, whichever colour you want that tank to be. And make that mudguard the same colour. Make it match in a little bit. That's just some shading on the headlamp. And if you want a matching stripe on that hat, on that helmet, you can do. Maybe blue jeans. Matching blue top, or just get creative with the colouring. I know you always do, and send in your pictures. Let's have a look at what you're doing. I forgot to put on these hands some little thumbs sticking down. That's all it is, a couple of U shapes. And here's that tyre I'm going to shade in now, so you don't notice my wonky line so much. A bit heavier at the bottom and lighter at the top, and it gives you a rounded look to that tyre. And that back wheel, press on nice and hard, put that in the background. So that's a pretty quick draw of a quick looking bike as well. So this is the road, and this is the perspective that we see. That things being bigger the further they are towards you. So that road is coming wide open and narrow at the back, and just makes it look more as if that bike's coming towards you really quickly. Just wobbly lines, don't be trying to do too straighter lines. And you can just play around with the background. What I'm doing here, which I should have left a gap for with that horizon, but this is a sign that's going to be a danger sign. So I'm going over that horizon line there, which isn't great, but you don't really notice it very much. But if you draw the sign before the horizon, that'd be great. Okay, now that says danger something on road. Now I think that should be your name. You could put your name in there. That'd make a really good picture of you flying along on a motorcycle. Just wobbly hills in the background. Just make a bit of a scene of this cartoon. You've noticed I've not gone quite to the bottom with those hills because I'm putting a little tree line in there. You could put the tree line in first if you like, then put the hills later. But it's all a bit sketchy because the main focus is on this bike. But you can always add a little bit more detail here and there, some shading on the mountains. And again, colour those green, brown, whichever you like. And that tree line, if you've done green for the mountains, do a different green for those trees. Now if you do want to shade in the road, don't shade it all in, don't colour it all in, maybe make it a grey. And just do little lines like that going in the direction that the road is going in. And again, it'll give you an idea of perspective. A nice cloud in the background, straight line with a load of fluffy M's on the top. And the sun just poking behind there. I'm not sure whether it's sunrise or sunset, I'm not sure. But if it's sunset, do the sky in sort of oranges and yellows. If it's sunrise, maybe use pinks. If you want to put some headlamps on there, wing mirrors on there, you can do. Just last minute details. And here, if you've got time or you're in the mood, that little hedgehog we've drawn before, just ducking out the way. There's a couple of circles, a little pointy nose, a C shape for the ear and some little spikes. Just adds a little bit of something funnier to your cartoon. And he's looking slightly stressed, but has made it across that road pretty safely, just about. Which is good to know. But I think the bike's only travelling at about 150 miles an hour, so you're just toddling along. Don't forget to sign your work, please. That's the important bit. And any bits and pieces you've got to finish off, bits of shading here and there, you can just enjoy those, finish off your cartoon and send it to me on the Facebook group, and be great to see what you've come up with. So keep enjoying drawing your cartoons, give us a thumbs up, leave a comment of what you'd like me to draw next, and we'll find a great way and fun way of drawing it, and I'll see you on the next workshop.